Hey guys, welcome to another scroll spot video. Today we're going to be showing you how to do an oil change on my new to me S1000R. The bike is 2016, it just hit 6,000 miles. The owner's manual recommends doing the oil change, or states to do the oil change at 10,000 kilometers, which is at around 6,700 miles, more or less. But just for my peace of mind, we're gonna do it at 6,000 miles. The previous owner did state that he did an oil change and a service for the bike. There's no record of it. You shouldn't really trust. We don't know the guy, so we're just gonna do it and we're gonna show you all the process. So the items that you need for the oil change, you're gonna use a 5W40 4 liters. You're gonna need a brake cleaner, of course the oil filter comes with an o-ring also. This thing to loosen up the oil filter, even though when you tighten it you should tighten it with your hand and don't use the tool. And finally you're gonna need one of this just to catch all the oil and then drain it back to the old one before you discard it properly. So for this job you don't really need a lot of tools, you just need these two. This one in case the oil filter is too tight, and if you ever owned a BMW 4 you can get most of the jobs done just with a set of this. But before you start, the first thing you need to do is get the bike to normal operating temperature. It's 5999 and it's due service. Okay, so before we start draining the oil, the first thing that we need to do is we're gonna remove this side fairing just to make it easier to get to the oil filter there. This piece only has 2 screws. The third screw was just only for this part, so don't have to worry about it. Okay, now we're just gonna put the drain right underneath, and it doesn't fit. Okay, again, I need to figure this part out. Okay, so we figured it out. Just need tiny bit of elevation on the front tire. Just make sure it doesn't tip over if you ever do that way. And now you can see the drain plug over there. We're good to go. The only annoying part is taking the screw off with this amount of... Okay, we're gonna figure out how to take the screw off. Okay, now we figured it out. We lifted up the front of the bike. We made sure that the kickstand also supported so the bike doesn't tip over. And now everything fits nicely. We have enough space to unscrew the drain bolt and we should be good. Okay, just make sure you remove the cap and righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay, so now we can drain. Make sure also to remove this one so that the vent valve is open and the oil can drain. While the oil is draining, just make sure it's fully drained. You need to also clean the magnetic part of the drain plug. It catches any kind of small metal particles. And you can see there is a bunch on it. It's nothing crazy, but it's good as there. So we'll just clean it with a rag. So what's left there, I'm not sure if it shows. I don't think it's gonna show there. Very small. I'm just gonna clean it also with the brake fluid to make sure all these small pieces are off the magnet before we put it back. And do not forget also to have this one open. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the oil filter. So to remove the oil filter, just use one of these. It's like $10. It saves you a lot of effort. Guys, I do think that you shouldn't really lift the front of the bike because some oil is gonna stay in the back. Maybe I'll put it there, the back tire on this one, then the front on this, and then it should be like leveled. Okay, so now this looks way better. The bike is tilted, and we're gonna see how much oil is gonna drain with this height. So for future references, I mean, if you have the stand, that would make it easier. If you're gonna do it this way, just make sure, be very careful when you're putting it there so it doesn't actually like tip over the bike and you drop it. Okay, moment of truth now. You see? It's not that much, but I think it's worth it to have actually the bike a bit elevated from the back. And also don't forget to change the washer. You can place it back with the new washer. And also we're gonna make sure to tighten it also to spec. I'm gonna post it how much. You're gonna see it on the screen now how much it should be tight. If I'm not mistaken, it was 28 Newton meters, and the oil filter should be at 11 if I'm not also not mistaken. So before we place the new oil filter, just have to make sure that the surface is clean. Okay, now before putting the new oil filter, you have to make sure that the O-ring has some oil on it. So take from the old one. Now you do have to tighten it to 11 Newton meters. And now we're gonna spray the whole thing here with brake cleaner to make sure there is no oil at all, so that when we turn the bike on, it's not gonna smell and you're gonna see any smoke. Okay, and there you have it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the bike down and fill in the oil. Okay, let's get the bike down. Get this back up. Okay, let's bring the bike down. Please. One more time. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. Anyways, we got the bike down and we're gonna start filling it oil. This is the oil that we're gonna be using. It's Motul 5W40. It's 4 liters. We don't really need all of them. We're gonna use 3.7. They say 3.5 without the oil filter and then 3.7 with the oil filter, but I don't think anyone's changing their oil without the filter, so we're gonna fill it up to 3.6. Look at the glass gauge from the other side and then finish off at 3.7. Oil smells good actually. Yeah, smells and tastes good. So I think we reached at 3.7. That should be good. That should be it. See, the bike is centered like this. It's balancing almost on its own, and it's full. What we're gonna do is we're gonna warm up the bike, turn it off, and it should be a little bit lower because the oil is gonna spin, fill in the filter, and then we'll see from there. Okay, the bike is leveled now. I think it needs a little bit more oil. Yep, now it's full. The bike is centered and it's all the way up. You can see a tiny bit left, but yeah, looks good enough. All right. Next thing is gonna put back this piece. And that would be all. Okay, there you got it, folks. We just did the oil change. And just do another start for the bike. Sounds way smoother than it was before. That's how you know that you shouldn't probably wait until 6,000 miles. And I don't know when was the last oil change that supposedly the previous owner did, but the bike sounds smoother now. And it's good. I'll see you guys in the next video.